Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mike Dub 27 Trading. And today is Tariff Day. So let's see how tariffs are affecting stocks. We're going to take a look at stocks that are affected by tariffs and stocks that aren't affected by tariffs as of right now. So when we go down here to my big dog list, we can see where the tariffs really start to take place. You got General Motors right there, already down 0.55%. Dutch Bros is down 1.89%, but it was already kind of heading down. I think they overpriced it from the get-go. PayPal down 1.97%. Robinhood Markets down 6.97%. It can never get back above that $43 level. Alphabet, Google down 2.75%. Supermicro Computers down 4.28%. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing down 2.75%. Apple down 6.18%. Tesla is actually going back up, I guess, since Elon decided he was going to go back and run his business. So it's up 0.69 to 0.75%. Nvidia still down 3.62%. And AMD is under $100. It's down 3%. Now, this one right here, this AMD stock, I wouldn't be mad if this dropped a little bit more. We're going to see what happens in the morning between 9:30 and 10. Because if we could get this for a little bit cheaper, say around $88, that definitely would be worth it. But of course, we're not looking at that right now. Now, interesting thing is, let's go to the small caps. You actually have a little less hit when it comes to the small caps. Of course, Lucid Group, for some odd reason, is staying under $2.40 at $2.35, down 7.11%. I Am Gold. Gold, of course, is still doing its thing. Visionary Holdings, down 2.37%. Abits Group, down 7.43%. Sonova Energy, up 5.31%. Sportsman's Warehouse is actually up 85.49%. So Sportsman's Warehouse is the breakout stock for the day. Blue Hat Interactive Entertainment up 24.71%, and ECD Automotive Design up 6.72%. So we see some of these penny stocks and some of these small stocks, they're actually still in the game. Let's look at this Sonova Energy. Now, this is a penny stock, which you got to be very careful with. It's 34 cents. Well, when you look at it from a week standpoint, if we go back to March 28th, it was at 31 cents. And then right here at the close of the market on the 28th, it jumped up to 39 cents. And then after that, it slowly started going down. But the thing about it is it's almost as if it hit its bottom right here on the 13th at 28 cents. And it's gradually kind of making its way back up. So this may be one of those penny stocks that, of course, we want to get it to drop as low as we possibly can. But if it hits around that 30-cent mark, it may be something to look at. Now, Sonova Energy International is an energy service company which engages in the provisions of responsive energy management solutions. The firm also offers solar energy products and services. Has about 1,796 employees, founded in 2012. Now, this is the part that caught my attention. Because a lot of times when it comes to penny stocks, there's like a volume of like 300,000 or 100,000. But this has an average volume of 28.2 million with a volume of 23 million. Now, you don't see that too much when it comes to a penny stock like this. 52-week low being 25 cents. 52-week high being $13. High today was 36 cents. And the low today was 32 cents. So that ain't bad at all. The price to earnings ratio is terrible. So they're bleeding money. But notice what it says right here. The Sonova Energy appoints interim CFO amid debt strategy. So basically, they're working on their debt. And it says on March the 28th, 2025, Sonova Energy International appointed Robin Liska as interim chief financial. So they're making some changes here. And we can see that the market kind of appreciated the changes because it was able to go up. Now, if we look at the candles right here, we can see that MACD was definitely MACDing. It was doing its thing. You know, we can see right here we had some strides at 9:55, 9:30 to 10 o'clock this morning. And then even when it went down, it went back up, which tells me that people are still watching this and trading it heavily. I mean, 28 million is not something to turn your nose to. It's definitely trading heavily. Now, what really has my attention, especially with seeing what the market's going to do, if it's going to be a drop or not, because we're not going to really know that until tomorrow morning when the market opens. Let me go to my dividend. You see a lot of these are down. But one that I don't mind being down is right here, Realty Income, or ticket marker O. Of course, this is the best dividend stock that you can get right now just because it's a monthly yield. Let me see, I got my little yield right there, 40 cents. That's because I only have one share. So one share that particular time, that's where they get you 40 cents. So, you just multiply that by how many shares that you be thinking about getting. But still with that, it had a low of $56.74 today, and then went all the way up to $57.54. But that's neither here nor there. This is the type of stock you want to get in so that your money can basically make money. I got in here today and I just day traded it. But, I didn't. I think tomorrow I may go ahead and stay in there. You never know. Of course, his CEO is Summit Roy, 468 employees, founded in 1969. Average volume 5.92 million, volume 4.73 million. Price to earnings ratio 58.22. So that's amazing. That's why this is such a good stock right here. 58.22 price to earnings ratio. You can't beat that. 52-week high, 64.88. I remember those days. And then the 52-week low, 50.65. So even the 52-week low is like right there where you would want it to be. So that is not bad at all. Dividend yield, 5.48%. Even right here with Simply Wall Street, Realty Income adds 12 co-lead underwriters for US $590 million offering. It's made headlines with changes to its underwriting team for a $590 million fixed income offering, potentially influencing its stock performance alongside a 7% price. Let's see what that 7% is. Price increase over the last quarter. So right there, we can see that even though it's still kind of down from what it was maybe earlier last year, mid last year, they're still winning. So this is what you call a long-term stock right there, especially because let's go back to my small caps. When it comes to stuff like Lucid right now, this right here is manipulation. That's what this is. This is manipulation because there's no reason for this particular stock to start out at 255, hit 241, and not do anything throughout the day. It just stayed there. It just stayed. It barely moved. Went down to 232 right there where it's at now. But that's after hours. Between 8:30 and or 9:30 and 4:30, it barely moved 4 cents. It moved maybe 7 cents at the most. And when you have 85, matter of fact, total value, regular volume, 126 million in value. That lets you know right there some people behind the scenes making sure that Lucid doesn't move, or start outdoing Tesla. That may have something to do with the reason why Elon's going back to Tesla, because he saw that there was some competition coming over the horizon. But even with that, look at this news from Tip Ranks 2 hours ago, right? It says Lucid Group files to sell 1 billion of convertible senior notes due in 2030. Lucid Group announced its intention to offer, subject to market and other conditions, 1 billion aggregate principal amount of convertible senior notes due in 2030. So let's go deeper into that. All right, talking right there in 2030, in a private offering to persons responsibly believed to be qualified institutional buyers pursuant to Rule 144A under the Securities Act of 1933 as amended. So they're ready. They're dealing with some serious money right here, Lucid Group. So with all that money that they're making and everything that they've been able to do so far with their company, we can really see that it's probably some big hedge funds. Matter of fact, let me go down here real quick. Let's look at what hedge funds are buying and which hedge funds are selling. So right here, when it comes to some of the hedge funds, this is as 2024. Don't really have any up-to-date ones. All right, let's look at the private ones. Let's look at the insiders. Here we go. This is a March the 6th. Look, uninformative buy, uninformative sell, buy, sell, sell. So when you look at this right here, those sales, SVP Finance and Accounting, Gagan, whatever that name is. This is another sell, SVP. It's all the same people. You notice that? And then CFO, I can't say that name either. But yeah, it's just interesting. The only buys you have right here, it's all in the same group, all the same people. This SVP Finance and Accounting. So there's something going on with these big time shareholders and things like that, to the point to where they're doing unnecessary selling. Even right here, our consumer sales volume percentage decreased by 2% versus the last trading. So it shows that it's not coming from Robinhood. It's not coming from us. This is coming from other entities. Now, the cool thing is the analyst rating is 58% hold, where it was majority sell and a little bit buy. Now we're seeing that it's a majority of holding, and then the buying is starting to catch up with the selling. It's at 17.6%, whereas the selling is 23.5%. So we're getting there. We're getting there. And we'll see what happens, May the 5th. I'm pretty sure they're going to outdo what they did the last time for the earnings call and continue to grow organically. All right, but that's pretty much it. Got some safe things that we can trade and got some things we may want to actually avoid when it comes to this market right now, during times of uncertainty. So just make sure you take proper protocols when it comes to trading and continue to have a good time with it. I'll go by the name of Mike Dub 27 Traders, and I'm out. Deuces. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to like and follow.